If I can have the organizer to the front, we're going to get started here. Thank you for coming to 1 Million Cups this morning. If I can have the organizers to the front. Thanks for coming to 1 Million Cups this morning. This wouldn't be possible without our help from our organizers, Michelle Blakely, Serena Harper, and in the back we have Nancy Lowry hiding somewhere. I'm Eric Bischoff, substituting for Ernesto Gamboa, who is out at the yes.
In Kansas, right?
I believe so, yeah. 1 Million Cups Conference in Kansas. We have a hub video to show you real quick to kind of introduce what we do here at the Hub of Human Innovation. Cut the video. And there you have it. That's what we do here at the Hub of Human Innovation. This is all being streamed live via on our Facebook page, the Hub EP2, thanks to Borderland TV and Digital Bull. Omar, do you want us to talk about that?
Hello, everyone. My name is Omar Chavez, and I'm here on behalf of Borderland.tv, and we are the company that's responsible for doing the live broadcasting of this event. And I just wanted to go ahead and invite all of you to go ahead and go onto your Facebook pages. And right now, if you go on there, you'll see this event live. And I just want to invite you to go ahead and share this event, so that way those people who could not make it here today, they could go and share it. And also just share it just so we can make this thing grow and we could give access to those who can't make it. And also, if you can't make it next time, you will be able to watch it live stream live. And also, we are currently looking for sponsors for our live stream. So if any of you are interested in that, go ahead and go to borderland.tv or visit our Facebook page, or you can go ahead and ask any of the organizers afterwards, and they will direct you to me or just give you more information on how you can become sponsors. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. So who's here for the first time? Anyone? Look at that. As few people as are here. I'm surprised. Excellent. Usually we have a little bit more, but apparently there's some traffic issues. So anyway, we got a little bit of video here about the 1 Million Cups program, which is sponsored by the Kauffman Foundation. Do we have the video?
1 Million Cups is a weekly educational program developed by the Kauffman Foundation.
Over the years, we've added more cities. Creates a great energy here to see what's happening across the country.
What I've learned from other entrepreneurs is very, very valuable.
Sitting in a room with other people that have ideas too, it helps people to leave thinking, you know what? My idea is worth something. It's worth pursuing. It's worth going after it. Even if it looks like a challenge, I should still go out and try to do it.
Okay. So anyway, that's what we're here for. We're here to kind of help out entrepreneurs, listen to their stories, give them feedback, and this is all kind of helped by our sponsors, the Kauffman Foundation, the Hub of Human Innovation, and coffee is provided by Krispy Kreme. Obviously, like we said, the Borderland TV and Digital Bull helping with the media. And so while you're here, if you can do us a favor of checking in and letting us know and letting all your friends know about us. And don't forget to join our community at 1millioncups.org/El Paso and on our Facebook and our Twitter sites. There's extra seats. You guys can move up if you like, No? Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and get started. Our first presenter is Alyssa Gary with the Enjoy Your Life Recreational Therapy.
And this is Tucker, who really likes applause. So if you applaud during the presentation, he will probably get up again. All right. My name is Alyssa Gary, and like I said, this is Tucker, and we are the main therapy team at Enjoy Your Life Recreation Therapy. If you all would, for me for just a moment, I want you to close your eyes and picture someone in your life that is struggling, someone that is hurting, that is having a rough time. It might even be you. But for just a moment, just close your eyes and picture that person for me. All right, if you would go ahead and open your eyes. What I want you to understand, what we offer at Enjoy Your Life Recreation Therapy is hope. So that person that you just pictured in your mind, whether it's you, whether it's someone that you know, those are the people that we want to be a part of their story. We want to be a part of their life. The main individuals that we work with are individuals with disabilities, people who have mental health issues or are struggling with stress, depression, anxiety, and then people who are simply tired and weary. Now, did everyone have someone come to mind when I asked you to picture someone who was struggling? Was there any of you who could not picture someone in your life that you know that is hurting or having a rough time? We all know someone, and like I said, perhaps that someone is you. But Enjoy Your Life Recreation Therapy is about bringing joy back into your life. So I have owned a bunch of businesses. I am an entrepreneur, I guess. My mind is always filled with business ideas. My parents and I are actually the owners of American Service Dogs up in Las Cruces. We also owned a business called the Healing Sanctuary, where people could come in and do massages and just come in and use massage equipment for, it was usually $5 to $10. Our life has always been about trying to help people who are hurting. But one of the things that we discovered that really stressed us out and that we had a hard time with, especially with American Service Dogs, was the struggle of people financially in this area. We all know this is a very an area where people struggle financially. So we would have all kinds of people contact us, especially about getting service dogs. And then when they found out the cost, would walk out the door feeling more hopeless than when they came. And that was just something that we couldn't handle as a business and as our family. So I actually went back to school to become a recreation therapist. Have any of you heard of a recreation therapist before? Well, my mom has, but that's cheating. So a recreation therapist is someone who takes therapy goals. So if you or anyone you know has gone through physical therapy or occupational therapy, what we do as a recreational therapist is we take those therapy goals, but we use fun activities in order to meet them. So that's why we have Tucker here, because it's a whole lot more fun to play with ball with Tucker and to throw and to use that range of motion and to work on those skills, whether it's standing or sitting, than it is to go to physical therapy and do that same motion over and over and over and over and over again on a machine, right? So not only, she stole him. Is that fair? Is that fair? So as part of recreation therapy, we do use animal-assisted therapy, but we also use a lot of games and outings. We do art. We work with music. Spend a lot of time building things and taking things apart and just finding things that individuals enjoy. That's why our business is called Enjoy Your Life. What we are looking for is those activities, those things that someone enjoys that we can use in order to reach those therapy goals. Now, Tucker is definitely an integral part of that. And he pops up here in a second. But we also do neurorelaxation, which is a computer-aided feedback to help calm down the nervous system and calm down the brain so that individuals who are struggling with stress or struggling with not sleeping can come in and do a neurorelaxation session to help them to relax. We do work a lot with individuals with disabilities. We're part of the CLASS waiver and the YES waiver here in El Paso, which is developmental disabilities as well as mental health issues. So I work a lot with individuals with autism or lifelong disability, cerebral palsy, different things like that. We also, because of being involved with American Service Dogs, we work a lot with veterans, individuals who have PTSD, sleep disorders, things like that. So that leads me to what we need from you all. Our biggest thing is we are brand new in El Paso. We've been here about 2 months. And so as part of getting up and going, we just need you to tell people about us. We have lots of cards and brochures up here. I also love speaking, and Tucker loves applause. So if you know of any other presentation opportunities, we're always open to that, whether it's any kind of small opportunity or a larger opportunity as well. Tucker's up for presentations all the time. And then Facebook likes and shares. So that is all about us and Enjoy Your Life Recreation Therapy. And now I will open it up for questions. Enjoy Your Life, yes. Enjoy Your Life Recreation.
Talk a little bit about your background.
Yes. All right, so I originally graduated with a degree in communication studies. From there, went into the massage aspect of the business, have owned American Service Dogs for 4 years, and then went back to school to become a certified therapeutic recreation specialist. Mainly, you see those in nursing homes and hospitals. Like in the children's hospital, they're called child life specialists. They help children kind of handle what's going on in the hospital.
So you talk about referrals. Do you have agreements maybe with some of the other hospitals?
We do not at this point, and that is really where the referrals come in. We've only been in El Paso about 2 months, and so we are trying to get out there with who we are and what we do. So the main program that we work with right now is the developmental disabilities with the CLASS waiver, but we're open to all kinds of different ideas. Go ahead.
Is this a facility that you have?
Yes.
And there's animals and
We
equipment, or how
have
does that work?
opened a recreation center. It's on Viscount, and we're pretty close to the airport there in Viscount. And there we bring the therapy dogs down with us. We actually live in Las Cruces, so we bring the therapy dogs with us. And then we also have all kinds of different activities set up there. And from that central location is where we also do our out in the community activities as well. So one of our goals is doing community reintegration, so helping people to get more used to be out in the community, whether it's social skills, whether it's learning ADA access, different things like that. So we also get out into the community and do public access trainings as well. Go ahead.
The financial part of it, is it an hourly thing? Is it like a package thing? Do you work with mostly, is it more children or more adults, or is it mixed?
So we do both hourly and we do packages depending on what the person is interested in. Generally, it's $25 for half an hour for that length of a session. We work with adults and children. It's really anyone that wants to find something in their life that they enjoy or is struggling. We will work with them to figure out how to help that. So, and then the packages, if someone is wanting to come regularly, then we work packages with that as well. And the neuro relaxation also has a set of packages for coming in.
Do you work with children with ADD?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
So what made you change your career?
What was that?
What made you change your career?
watching people walk out of American Service Dogs feeling more hopeless than when they came in because they found out that they couldn't afford a service dog and wanted a service dog in their life. So it was the way to get animal-assisted therapy into more people's lives that really wanted it. It was why I decided to go back to school. So, yes, sir. Unfortunately, right now, the only insurance that covers it is the Medicaid waivers, but we're hoping that we'll be able to take different kinds of insurance going forward. Personally or as a business? We have 5 dogs at home. We have Tucker, and then a St. Bernard, a Great Dane, another service dog, and then an itty-bitty little fluff ball, who is going to be also a lap dog who will work as a therapy dog. At our kennel right now, we have about 20 dogs at American Service Dogs. So. Yes, we can, depending on what the injury is and exactly what their other therapists are recommending. We get our dogs from rescues. So American Service Dogs works primarily with rescues or people's own dogs. Tucker was actually a rescue. So we're contacted by a lot of rescues to go ahead and evaluate the dogs and see if they might be able to become service dogs. And then I steal the ones that I like. So.
I didn't quite catch that. Who rescued who?
Who stole who? So Tucker was actually originally going to be an autism service dog, which has come in handy a lot because that's a lot of the population we work with. But he came back to the kennel and he bonded with me, and so I begrudgingly took him home because, I just felt like I had to. I suffer every day, let me tell you. It's awful. Any other questions?
The final question is, what can we as a community do for you?
Like I said in the presentation, we are really just trying to get the word out there what we do. What we want is to let people know that there's another option. This is something that has not been in El Paso before. It's something that people don't realize is here now. There's a lot of families that can't handle having a dog of their own or are frustrated and tired and overwhelmed with all of the regular therapies. And what we want is for them to know that there's a new option and that there is still hope. That's something that our families really struggle with when they have an individual that has had a disability their entire life and they're tired, and they just don't even know how to try something new. But there is still something new, and there is still something that they can try. And we really enjoy trying to find out each individual person's interests so that they like coming to therapy, so that it's something that they are excited about. One of my clients, we play rock band a lot. We play on the Wii. He's working on fine motor skills, but fine motor skills and drumming on the Wii, it is so much fun for him. And he has made actually a lot of progress in the last few months. And that's something that we want people to know. You don't have to go to therapy and continue to be bored. There is something different. And of course, if you want to come meet the dog and find out how much better he makes you feel, he's always available. So. Oh, yeah, and if anybody does know the ins and outs of insurance and getting involved in some of those things, that is something that we are not good at. So if you know someone who wants to help us be able to take other insurances, I do know that there is that possibility, but we are not proficient at that yet. Thank you.
Thanks. Let's give a hand to Alyssa Gary. sign in now. Also put your business card in the little crystal there and give away one of these enviable coffee mugs. You will be the envy of all of your friends when you support this. Okay, so go ahead and take care of that now.
Eric, I think your mic is turned off.
Now we're on? Okay. And what else we got? So, who of the audience, can I get a show of hands? Who's presented before? Oh wow, that's all. Well, the rest of you, let's get some applications in. We still got some empty seats up front. I see a lot of people standing. Who would like to grab a seat? Great. And next we have, not in the front. I'll give a mug to the next person that will take a front row seat. Front row seat, come on. There you go. See how easy that was? Okay. Next presenter, we have Sazhrah Gutierrez, photography. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot the announcements. Let me get the announcements in. Have a seat. Yeah, psych. Can we grab a few community announcements? Before I do that, does anybody have anything they would like to announce? Events? Jonathan?
Well, it's not an event, but my name is Jonathan Cano. I'm the representative for the business bank from Wells Fargo, the business banking specialist. I'd like to come in here to get to know you all, and learn about your business, see what your needs are, and see how we can help you. Let's help you make that next step to turning into an idea into a profitable business. Come and see me. I'll be here all the time.
Okay. In other words, stay for the networking. All right, so we have an events starting tomorrow morning, breakfast with friends at 8:30 a.m. at Carnitas Querétaro. This is the one near the fountains on Gateway West. Also tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. we have Pints and Politics with the mayor at Ode Brewery on Mesa. So go have a beer with the mayor. September 8th from 12 to 2, we at the Arrowhead Center at New Mexico State, we have funding your innovative research. If you have any questions about this, there's lots of info on these. Just come see me or one of the other organizers. Saturday the 9th from 4 to 7, we have the El Paso Artists Association opening reception. And where is this at? At the El Paso International Museum of Art on Montana. So that's Saturday the 9th. I need 3 hands. Let's see, we have model contractor training at UTEP on several dates. The 12th, 13th, 19th, and 20th on various subjects. So if you have any interest in learning about project management, safety training, managing cash flow, there are several classes on that at UTEP. Come see us. On the 13th, Wednesday at 8 a.m., the El Paso Chamber of Commerce is offering a breakfast with recession-resistant franchise executives. That's a sexy name. Wednesday at 8 a.m., September 13th. The Greater El Paso Chamber of Commerce is also offering State of Congress, 9:15 at 11:30. They'll actually be hosting Congressman Beto O'Rourke at a luncheon at the Wyndham, the 15th at 11:30. And last but not least, The Downtown El Paso Insider wants to know about your news, your events, your networking, profiles, everything you want to tell them at downtownelpaso.com. All right, now, our second presenter, Sazhrah Gutierrez. Something like that. I'm sorry, my gringo is terrible. And her photography. Yeah, where is the clicker thing?
Okay. It's pretty simple. Good morning, everybody. How are you? You haven't had enough coffee. Get on that. I'm Sazhrah Gutierrez. Yes, it's a very unique name. You can either call me Sarah or Saz, whichever one. I own a photography business. I do contemporary portraiture, conceptual fine art portraiture, editorial, and personal branding photography, which is why I'm here today, to talk to you about what personal branding is and why it's important for entrepreneurs and small businesses to have personal branding photography. But before I get into that, who am I? Well, I've been a performance artist for the greater part of 22 years. I've traveled internationally, been on stages in Canada and Mexico and all over the U.S. I did acting and dancing. I also worked behind the scenes with set development, technicals of lighting, promotions, branding, event coordination, all of that good stuff. As I start to retire out of the entertainment industry, I have found a passion for photography. And I realized that I can take all of these skills that I had within performance art and take it into photography. But why is that important for you as a business? We'll get to that good stuff. But first, what is fine art portraiture? A lot of people are like, oh, everybody does portraits and there's fine art. But what is fine art portraiture? Well, it's more than just classic paintings. It's the careful and planned out process of each session and image to bring out a classic, timeless, and versatile image in look, feel, and stylization, also carefully processed and printed on highest quality museum-grade paper and inks to guarantee your images will last 75 years or more. Taken care of, it can last up to 150 years. It's not a Walgreen print. Editorial is designed to reflect lifestyle, energy, and fashion within editorial work, magazines, newspapers, and things like that. You ever see an image accompanied for talking about fashion or lifestyle in a catalog? That's editorial. So I do provide that as well. And here's what we're here for today, is personal branding. Personal branding is more than just headshots. Headshots are important, so you should get those too as a business person. It's a way for businesses and entrepreneurs to showcase who they really truly are by developing consumer trust while creating brand awareness. You can stop messing with stock images, which we're going to get into the legalities of that, and you can't take images off the internet as well. So we're going to talk about the legalities of that as well. But this is mostly for those who have a big social media presence, bloggers, small business, entrepreneurs who want to bring out their personality, voice, and culture of their business online to their consumers. Start building that trust before they ever come to you. Now, headshots versus personal branding, what's the difference? Okay. The great thing about headshots is that it is a professional presentation. It shows whom the customer is working with and puts a face to the name. This is really, really important for real estate agents, anybody working in a higher echelon type of business, executives, insurance agents, anybody working in the financial field. This is extremely important because they want to know who they're working with. However, there are some downfalls with just a headshot. It's not indicative of personality. It doesn't always represent the brand. It doesn't tell a story, and there's minimal connection with your customer. Studies have shown that most headshots are done with kind of a serious face or a closed mouth. However, 82% of people actually respond to a smiling headshot. Also, some people are not doing their headshots appropriately. They're dressing way too business professional, especially if they're a small business and their voice is lively, energetic, young, and youthful, and they're dressed like this, and it pushes off their customers because it's not indicative of their story, voice, or culture. And what headshot versus personal branding? What is personal branding, and why should you do it? The pros are it displays personality of the individual or company. It creates connection with customers. It facilitates in brand awareness communication between client and business. This is your attitude going out to your consumer or your potential customer and saying, this is why you should hire me. This is the experience that you're going to get with me. And a headshot doesn't quite do that. It creates personal stock imagery. It's completely unique to you and your brand for your social media and digital marketing. It engages a call to action on social media and your digital marketing. A headshot doesn't do that. It doesn't say why I should go to your website, why I should buy your services, why I should give you a call and set up a meeting. It doesn't tell me anything about you other than, hey, here's my mug. And you guys have fabulous mugs, just to let you know. I'm really a laid-back person. It's cool. I'm tattooed. I have a chest tattoo. I have a lady peeking up on my chest. I'm really a relaxed person, so you can laugh. The bad thing about personal branding is it's not a headshot. I see this rampant here in El Paso, and it's not just here, but I have been all over, and it is a critical error here in El Paso with small businesses and entrepreneurs. They think that they can just go on Google and take an image and use it for their marketing. Unfortunately, no. Intellectual copyright is a thing. When it is created, the copyright belongs to the creator, period, unless you buy it. And it's extremely illegal to purchase that. Intellectual copyright is always on the behalf of the creative. So just because it's on the internet does not mean that you can use it. Even if you go into the tools and say, and do the search for reuse or labeled for reuse, most of the time it means personal reuse. It doesn't mean business reuse. And if you're using somebody else's image to market your business, you're in a heap load of trouble. Right now, we can embed information onto an image and put it up on the internet, and we can find our own images through that metadata that we are able to impose upon that image, and we can find it. And DMCA reports get done and all that good stuff. It's also not your brand, and it's not your story. If I take a picture of coffee cup on the internet and say, hey, I'm going to do coffee chat today, that doesn't say anything about my brand or my personality whatsoever. I want my clients to engage with me. I want them to buy my product and my services. Using somebody else's images is not going to work for me. You need to have your own personality. So investing into stock imagery or personal branding imagery helps you with that. Also, stock imagery has limitations legally. That really fine print that nobody ever reads that says, yeah, I agree to the terms and conditions of it, you really should read it because a lot of time it's for personal use, not business or marketing uses. You have to pay the $100+ or more to be able to use that. So when you do personal branding, you have the rights to it or usage rights from the photographer. Now, again, you do contemporary portraiture, fine art portraiture, editorial, and personal branding. You can go to SazhrahGutierrez.com. Generally, if you type SAZH, I'll come up. Phone number and everything else like that. I am on all social media platforms as well, and I educate entrepreneurs on the importance of what branding versus marketing is. So if you ever need any information like that, I'm more than happy to answer that for you and set up a consultation. So now I am open to questions. Be nice. I saw the light. I have been doing photography for 2 years now, almost 2 years, since November 1st, 2015. I have established my fine art business and personal branding since January. So pretty much that. I've been able to be published more than 7 times, interviewed for different periodicals about branding and conceptual fine art portraiture, as well as won 2 awards so far. So I went out with a bang. So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. Yes?
When you say personal branding, would that be like just using the photography like on your personal social media or also for your business?
No, this is actually for the business, it's part of the marketing package. You can't market what you haven't branded. So this is why the understanding what your brand is, what your values are, what your voice is, what the personality or culture of your business is, to be able to brand that. And then I facilitate that with the imagery. So once you know that, if you don't know what your brand is, I can help you with that, help develop that plan, and then I create the imagery that is indicative of your voice, culture, and personality for your business to create that engagement between customer or potential consumer and your business.
Application, fill out information about yourself, and then we'll go take pictures, and how does it kind of work?
Right. I set up a consultation because I need to know who you are. I need to know all of this about you. And it's about an hour and a half session that we sit together and we do all of this. If you don't have all of the answers, then I help you facilitate that through different meetings online or email or whatever. Then we set up the sessions. About an hour and a half. You get 3 different looks. You get 10 images. Generally with personal branding, you kind of continuously grow into it. Like you're always changing, your services change, or you add on, take off things. So you kind of want to keep doing that. Keep creating the imagery. But I don't say use all professional imagery all the time. There is usage for selfies, cell phone images, anything that you're doing on a day-to-day. But putting that in with professional imagery shows that you're professional as well as relatable to your consumers. So depending on what your voice and culture is what I help facilitate. So average, it takes about 3 meetings and about an hour and a half photo shoot. Yes?
I see you also have a fine art page on Facebook. Tell us about what you're doing artistically.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that, I was really hoping nobody would bring that up. I am also a fine art photographer, and I do keep that separate from my business page because what I do with fine art is explore trauma on the human psyche and how that relates in a kind of surreal kind of atmosphere. So I help people who have had traumas in their life, including myself, process their closure through imagery and allow other people to see that and have their own interpretations of it. So I do have a fine art side of it, which is, I do warn anybody, just if you can be triggered pretty easily, just don't go to that, because it is pretty intense. But thank you for researching me. Yes?
Regarding when you were talking about copywriting, there's a process to copywriting an image. You got to send it in to a government office and pay like a $30 fee.
No.
My question, because I have material that's copyrighted.
Okay.
I have a large material, a group of material that's copyrighted, and I've had some that I use, and I've sent cease and desist letters, and I've been in court.
Okay.
And dealt with these issues, and I lost because something wasn't actually filed on paperwork. And I spent an enormous amount of time, not necessarily my money, but an enormous amount of my time trying to deal with asking people to stop doing what they're doing.
Okay, there's a couple of ways to do this. When it comes with photography, the copyright will always and forever go to the person who presses the shutter. If I give you my camera and you press the shutter, you own the copyright to that image. Doesn't matter that it's my equipment. Bar none, that's how the government works. And as photographers are continuing to push for that copyright. Intellectual copyright created by any creative, any graphic designer, anything, the moment it is implemented by a creative, it is copyrighted by them. You do not have to go through that different process. If you want to continue trademarking it and continue patenting it or other things like that and continue a solid copyright for legalities, you can go through that process. Generally, when somebody has an image taken off the internet, we do a DMCA report. If they do not cease and desist using that for that, then DMCA can go ahead and go after them for us in legalities. The problem with this is, though, there is a lot of going on within the courts and trying to prosecute those who have infringed upon copyright. If it's less than $10,000, generally the courts will throw it out. And that's what we are as photographers through Professional Photographers of America and American Society of Media Photographers is to change that, to allow a $5,000 infraction. Unless the company has if the company has had less than $10,000 worth of damages, it'll probably be thrown out of court. However, if you are a business and an LLC using this, you can and will be sued for using images off the internet. The government is actually sending people to search through SEO on search engines to find images that are being used illegally.
They're studying and they work for record labels and they
Yep.
just listen to music.
Yep.
Samples.
Yep. And there's places that will go, there are people that businesses can hire to go to your business and see if you're using any art that you did not license as well. So there's a lot of processes and legalities when it comes to that. So I have some information from PPA about that on copyright and why it's important. So also, if you take a picture on your cell phone, it's your copyright. So there's a benefit. Yay! So somebody steals your image on the internet. Hey, that's my selfie, or I took that image. It's copyrighted, and you have that right as well. Any other questions?
What about taking pictures of other people? Like you take the picture, but it's somebody else. Do they have?
No.
Right?
Unless you purchase the copyright from me, it is my image. There's usage rights. So I will say, when a personal branding session, you're paying me the $4.99 for the 10 images, right? I say, yes, you can use these, but here are the limitations of it. You cannot edit them, you cannot crop them, you cannot use them on print materials. It is for social media and web-based platforms only. Should you want to purchase copyright from me and have those images and do whatever the heck you want with them, even sell them if you want, then you pay me to purchase the copyright. That is an option. And all photographers do have that option. It's a hefty option, but it is an option. Yes?
For, as a business owner, do you think we need to have a separate side account just separated just for branding purposes, budget just for branding?
Yes and no. If your personal page does not align with your personal branding for your business, create a separate page. If you are overly political but your business is not, create a separate page. If you like to complain a lot on your personal page, create a new page that's just for your personal brand. So that way you're separating that. However, if you're an entrepreneur and you're about family and you're about personality and you're about really your consumers getting to know who you are truly, then keep your personal page. Just kind of watch what you post. Because you are a representative of your brand all the time. So, yes?
How do you get into photography?
Pick up a camera. How did I get into it, or how did somebody get into it? Me, I attend Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design. I am a business for the creative industries major with a minor in commercial photography. We had to buy a package. Well, I was graphic design at the time. We had to buy a gearbox, and then it came my first DSLR, a nice little $500 camera. I took my first pictures, and I was like, this is it! This is what I want to do. And I fell so far, so fast into it. I have spent an ungodly amount of money on equipment and school and lessons and workshops and tutorials that my bank account really does not like me right now at all, and I just bought something else yesterday for it. But for me, it was, as a performance artist, I always looked at imagery, more on the conceptual side, fantasy imagery, to bring that character to life on stage. It was always influential in my creativity, and I wanted to be that person that influences somebody else. And I figured, how can this help other businesses? Is through my vision and what I can do for you. I'm a very personal person. I kind of think ahead, and I can provide that service to businesses now through the personal branding. Basically, it's a portrait that shows you for your business. It's really kind of cool. Is that it? Yes. You guys are all full of questions.
What has been the biggest obstacle that you faced ever since you started doing photography as a business?
Finding my voice. It really was truly finding my voice was the most difficult thing. I always thought what I should do, what was the most popular thing in photography today, what are consumers buying, the light, airy type film-looking photos, and I wasn't satisfied. It's like, this isn't me. I'm doing something for somebody else, and I'm just not happy with it. So once I started shooting what I want to shoot to make me happy, that's when it started to boom, was that I became authentically me in my personal branding, and that's when I realized this is what I can do for people. My fine art stuff is really delving into the darker realms of the human psyche, so that to me is fascinating. But the biggest obstacle is finding my own voice. Yes?
Do you feel, since everyone's walking around with a camera in their pocket today, do you feel photography is less and less desirable?
No, I don't. I think every item that captures an image is a valid device. Our phones, It could be a pinhole camera. It could be anything. If you take pictures, do it, and do it with passion and do it with fervor. I don't think it actually affects the professional photography industry. What hurts the professional photography industry is those photographers who feel like everybody with a cell phone or a basic DSLR or anybody who feels like they're a photographer. They feel threatened by that because they're not strong enough in their own convictions for what they do and why it's valuable to the public. Yes. No, I take pictures on my cell phone, and that doesn't negate my professionalism and what I can do during the conceptual process, the actual engaging of my client, and then the post-processing of the image. I'm a print photographer. I specialize in print as the fine art thing. So there is nothing on a cell phone that will ever compare to having a tangible print in your hand when it's matted and framed and you have it on your wall. There's nothing that will have that emotional impact. And anybody with a cell phone cannot compete with me on that. You know what? I have printed my own family photos at Walgreens, and I have a $1,500 printer at home. Just saying, like, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I think everything is valid. I think only time that it is a threat to you is when you're not confident enough in your own skill level and can present value to your customers. I think that's like saying because there's a doctor down the street or there's another doctor in the practice that this other doctor isn't going to get business. That's really ridiculous. Like, I think as creatives, we just feel threatened more because we're more passionate about it. It's more personal for us.
Any other questions?
Okay.
2 questions. Are you not from El Paso?
Not originally, no. I've been here for almost 15 years.
Do you have favorite photographers here in El Paso other than yourself?
I have photographers I look up to, so yes, there are some favorite photographers I have. It depends on what they shoot, though. I go based upon genre, not necessarily just their style. Yes. I quite enjoy David Parrish. I really like, I like Tina's stuff and what she does. Actually, no, I do. I really like her headshots and what she does with families and individuals with fashion, because I'm not as much of a fashion photographer, so I do like what she does with fashion. Who are some incredible ones? I think there's DB, who is absolutely incredible. Young guy, I think he's about 19, and he is just blowing the glamour scene away. There's not a whole lot of fine art photographers. Street photographer Patrick Craig. By the way, I didn't mention this earlier, but there is Photo Frontera at the La Fe Cultural Center exhibition. Our reception is this Friday. It's free at 6 p.m. I'm in it. I have 4 pieces in it, as well as Patrick Craig. He's an incredible street photographer. I just absolutely love him. But most of my influences for fine art and what I do actually are from Russia and Germany. So. It's at the La Fe Cultural Center. I will post it up on my page. If you guys, again, Sazh, you can pretty much find me on anything. So yeah, it's there. The address is on there. I just know how to get there. I'm really bad with addresses. So, but that's the reception is free. It goes on for a month, and or until October 20th, and the reception is at 6 p.m. On Friday. Oh my goodness, you guys are awesome.
So I remembered earlier you said that El Paso has a problem with using like copyright images if you're not from El Paso.
Yes.
And so not being from El Paso, how do you feel like El Paso has influenced your work?
Through stealing of images, or?
Because from what you said, El Paso has problems with using copyright images. You think El
Right.
Paso also has trouble with finding their voice? Or
I do truly believe that a lot of business owners have a very hard time finding their voice within their business. They try to see what other people have done and copy that rather than be authentically themselves, rather than understanding they can take aspects of what they like instead of totally copying it. And I think they try so hard to fit in with the culture that they're not individually themselves. I'm originally from Colorado. I grew up, my whole life has been art. My parents super facilitated this from I played the French horn for 13 years. my parents encouraged me to dress up and go rake up the leaves and build a fort out of them. Like, it was just art. I'm proudly call myself a third generation nerd. My dad did Warhammer and went to all the conventions and won many awards for this. So painting and art and creativity was super about my life. I went to a high school that was all about the arts. I even got kicked out of a drawing class, which really sucks because I'm in a drawing class right now in college. Worst semester of my life. But I think how El Paso has influenced me is to understand how different cultures work and how I can apply my voice in being within the culture, but uniquely myself as well. Oh, wow, okay.
Do you have now, or do you have any plans to do personal brand workshops?
I do. I'm actually building a platform right now. So as an entrepreneur, what I have found, unfortunately, is that a lot of places that help with businesses and entrepreneurs don't understand creatives and don't understand the needs of creatives. We have almost no business acumen whatsoever. We know how to create our art. We don't know how to brand and market it or show value in it. Just because I pay $250 on brushes to paint something doesn't mean my consumer understands that. And they don't care that I spend $250 on brushes or whatever it is, or a $1,700 lens. They don't care. I am working on how businesses like myself, entrepreneurs or solopreneurs, can understand what branding is through SWOT analysis, pestle analysis, industry analysis, and how they can hone in on their voice on branding, thus go into their digital marketing. And also how you can budget that easily. Doesn't have to spend a lot of money. And Nancy. Yes.
Is helping in that realm at all?
I think not when it comes with business. No, it's giving us a way to show our art and build a network within our arts community to be able to grow our art together, to be able to raise the level of art, but not when it comes with business. Even as a member with the Chamber of Commerce, I want to see more given to creatives and how they can build their businesses and show values to their consumers.
Last question. So what as a community can we do for you?
The biggest thing as a community is try to understand your fellow creatives and how you can support them. I even wrote a blog on 10 ways you can support creatives without spending a dime. You don't have to always buy their product, but how you can help them. But also, if you see somebody using imagery that they're not supposed to be using, tell them, educate them on it, and refer me. I mean, I could use business, just saying. I can use some customers. But really, if you're in business and you see an entrepreneur coming in, ask them what they really need. Don't tell them what they need, but listen. I've had so many people tell me what I need. You need financing. You need this. That's great. No, I need something else. I need other ways to get my business out there. So start listening to them and see what you can provide them within your networks. Also, if you're at networking events, educate people on how networking works and how to follow up. It's more than just handing out a business card, but how to facilitate relationships.
Thank you.
Exactly. 15 or 20 people came in, including your advisors, that didn't sign in.
You guys sign in, damn it. Have you signed in by now? At least do it on your way out so we can have an accurate count for the Kaufman Foundation?
I have the application about
Copyright. Okay. If you have any more questions for Sazhrah, we'll be here for a little bit. We'll have everyone will be here for networking for the next until we all leave, I guess. And have a great day. Thanks for coming.
1 Million Cups is a weekly educational program developed by the Kaufman Foundation.
Over the years, we've added more cities. It creates a great energy here to see what's happening across the country.
What I've learned from other entrepreneurs is very, very valuable.
Sitting in a room with other people that have ideas too, it helps people to leave thinking, you know what? My idea is worth something. It's worth pursuing. It's worth going after it. Even if it looks like a challenge, I should still go out and try to do it.